Hey, how's it going everyone? My name is Ryan for Trend King and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be covering the top 5 highest grossing movies of all time. These movies are in a class of their own because they have surpassed $1 billion in gross sales. Before we start the video, if you do enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up to support the video and leave a comment with your favorite movie from this list. With that being said, let's start in with number 5. Coming in at number 5 is The Avengers. With a gross profit of $1.5 billion, this movie in 2012 was the highest grossing movie of that year. The movie is based on a Marvel comic superhero of the same team name, which is The Avengers. It was produced by Marvel Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. The movie was produced in 2012 and is an American superhero film and is also the 6th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This movie is relatively new at being only 5 years old, but even so, $1.5 billion in sales is a remarkable milestone. With that being said, let's move on now to number 4. Jurassic World was produced in 2015 and has already amassed $1.671 billion in sales. The movie is an American science fiction adventure film and the 4th installment of the Jurassic Park series. The production companies were Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment, also responsible for the rest of the Jurassic Park franchise, and Thomas Tull's Legendary Pictures. Set 22 years after the events of Jurassic Park, Jurassic World takes place on the same fictional Central American island of Isla Nublar, off the Pacific coast of Costa Rica, where a theme park populated with cloned dinosaurs has operated for 10 years. So I really don't need to explain any more of the movie because we all know how Jurassic Park ends and it's not the best sight. With that being said, it's a great movie and deserves to be on this list. Moving on, we have Star Wars: The Force Awakens. This movie came out during Christmas time of 2015 and amassed $2.068 billion in sales. Star Wars: The Force Awakens is a 2015 American epic space opera film co-written, co-produced, and directed by J.J. Abrams. The direct sequel to 1983's Return of the Jedi, The Force Awakens is the first installment of the Star Wars sequel trilogy, and stars Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, and John Boyega. The Force Awakens was also announced after the Walt Disney Company's acquisition of Lucasfilm in October 2012. Even though it came out 3 years later of Christmas of 2015. In the end though, everybody loves Star Wars either for the nerdiness of it or the nostalgia of it, and that's why it brought in so much money. Let's move on to number 2. Now I'm sure everyone has seen the number 2 film at least one time in their life, and that is Titanic. Titanic is a 1997 American epic romance disaster film directed, written, co-produced, and co-edited by James Cameron. A fictionalized account of the sinking of the Titanic, it stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet as members of different social classes who fall in love aboard the ship during its ill-fated maiden voyage. This movie is the second highest grossing movie of all time with $2.186 billion in sales. It is also the same director of the number 1 film, James Cameron. This movie is most remembered for mainly the boobs. And finally, the number 1 highest grossing movie of all time was back in 2009 with $2.787 billion in sales. That movie is by James Cameron and it's Avatar. Avatar is set in the mid-22nd century when humans are colonizing Pandora, a lush habitable moon of a gas giant in the Alpha Centauri star system, in order to mine the mineral unobtainium. The expansion of the mining colony threatens the continued existence of the local tribe of Na'vi, a humanoid species indigenous to Pandora. One fun fact about the movie was that development for the movie Avatar began actually in 1994 when James Cameron wrote an 80-page treatment for the film. Filming was supposed to take place after the completion of Cameron's 1997 film Titanic for a planned release in 1999, but according to Cameron, the necessary technology was not yet available to achieve his vision for the film. Even though this film is the number 1 highest grossing movie of all time, I have to be honest and say I have never seen this movie. It doesn't even look that captivating to me, but also I'm not into super science fiction like this type of movie would be. With that being said, this is the top 5 highest grossing movies of all time. If you did enjoy today's video, please give it a thumbs up to support it, and please leave a comment with what your favorite movie is from this list. With that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video. My name is Ryan, and I'll catch you next one. Thanks guys for watching. Peace.